Look, I just want to go back up to New York because I hear you guys are doing like, government-owned grocery stores, and I kind of want to see how that works out for you.
I can't wait for New York City to do that. I was in an Uber with a guy from Cuba 2 days ago, and he was like, "You see this AOC? What a retard!" And we're like, "Where are you from?" Because he had an accent. I don't know a Cuban accent, and he's like, "I'm from Cuba. Like I escaped Cuba with my family when I was a kid, and like." No, government-run grocery stores are horrible ideas. You don't get anything. You starve. Nope. It's the dumbest shit ever, and they're voting this in. It's retarded. And I'm like, brother, you need to go on the news. You just need to be like, hi, you know where they tried communism? My old house. Not so great.
They're actually trying to implement what?
Yeah, did you not hear about this?
I did, but it's just, I didn't. It's one of those things. I don't trust a lot. I'm like, you know what? I try to stay away from the news as much as possible. My stress level stays way, way down.
Eli, let me break it down for you real quick. So
it's like North Korea.
This is your corner store that has groceries. Okay. They're a little expensive now. It's $7 for a dozen eggs. Damn. See this, and you'll notice it's larger. This is a government-owned grocery store. Now, the government-owned grocery store, its eggs are only $4. But here's the deal, Eli, right? This store doesn't have to make money. It can lose money because taxpayer money, your money, even though you didn't buy shit here, just because you live in this area, your taxpayer money is going to feed this thing so that it can keep those prices low. Now, what ends up happening here is the ma and pa shop, hold on, excuse me, because it has to compute those low prices, dies. So then the only thing left in the area is the super cheap market that you thought was a good idea that's chasing away mom and pop business and is now being more and more funded with your taxpayer money because now it's the only grocery store that you can get food out of. No
Holy
competition.
Shit.
Did you
How
guys?
the fuck did they think that?
Because he's a communist. Dude, he's only lived in America for 7 years. That's it.
And his parents were wealthy too. I don't even understand where the he's getting like it's only rich kids. Rich kids that don't have to worry about shit are like, well, everybody's got money. Let's just share it. No, you idiots. God, I hate communists.
Did you?
It's never like a blue collar farmer kid that is out there like, yeah, communism sounds like a good idea. They're like, no, I was up before the sun every day since I've been like 7 years old. I work for everything I have.
We should take that grocery idea and do it with the farmers. Nick, how did that work out for, Ukraine?
And
Russia.
China.
Oh, you mean
China.
when they killed all the Ukrainians and everybody starved from a famine? That one?
Oh, was it a man-made famine?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
The communist kids will argue and say it was actually not a famine because other countries nearby experienced the famine. But if you look at the degree of severity, it oddly stopped at the country's border, which is weird. Yeah, it was the kulaks. They literally, so there was the history lesson is there was today Ukraine at this point, the USSR. They were literally the breadbasket of Europe. They grew all the wheat, all the crops, and they fed everybody. And because of it, they were, fairly wealthy because they were growing all of the food for everyone. And the government came in and said, it's not fair that you guys have this monopoly on the means of production of food. So we're going to confiscate your farms and then we're going to let other people run them. The problem is these people didn't know how to grow anything. So they either imprisoned or killed all the farmers that knew how to grow shit efficiently, turned it over to a bunch of retards, and then everybody starved. It was a great time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And now we got the Zohan, or whatever his name is, trying to do it in New York City.
Did you see he straight up said he's just going to tax white neighborhoods more?
Yeah, I love how that's totally constitutional.
Wait, what?
He literally said he's just going to tax the white neighborhoods more and not tax ethnically diverse neighborhoods as much.
How does that not come across as
Segregation in a different way. Hey, 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 New York City's gay. That's it. That's my song.
Did you guys see Ketanji Jackson's Dissent? That they think it was made by AI now?
No.
Yes. Have you read it?
I haven't read the whole Dissent.
Her actual Dissent. There's like portions
I know she got shit on by a couple people.
She got
in SCOTUS.
She got shit on by Amy Coney Barrett because Amy Coney Barrett in her like explanation was like her opinion goes in the face of 200 years of legal precedent and the Constitution. It doesn't even make sense. And then when you read her dissent, she literally said she keeps using ellipses, which is wild to do in a Supreme Court document. She uses ellipses and then in parentheses, she says, wait for it, ellipses, and then her punchline. And they're like, this has to be written by AI. Like all these people are coming out like AI experts. They're like, this looks like it was written by AI. It's insane.
What the?
Her opinion. Her opinion
lose all of our rights.
Doesn't even make sense. So basically, like the Supreme Court case was whether a district court can issue an injunction that has nationwide implications. And all the Supreme Court justices said, no, they can't do that because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And they're a district court, not.
Well, and then she said, no, they can do that. And it has nationwide implications. But like, so to put it in perspective, how ridiculous this is, say California's district court had an injunction that said, we're banning all guns that aren't bolt action. And that supposedly would have to apply to the entire nation, according to Supreme Court Justice Jackson. Okay, Jesus. That part makes sense. But now, what happens when a district in Texas comes out and says, no, the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed, you can own machine guns, and they issue their nationwide injunction. Now you have two nationwide injunctions, which apparently both have to be followed according to Supreme Court Justice Jackson, but they fly in the face of each other. It's not possible.
I thought our federal judicial system was the Supreme Court.
Welcome to the conversation. I hate everything.
Wait. Am I smarter than a Supreme Court justice?
Yes. Also, Supreme Court Justice Sotomayor is retarded.
She has made some weird things in the past. What's going on now? I used to think that she was left-leaning but not dumb.
No, she's retarded. So this isn't new, but back in like 2014 with Marvin Horn versus the National Raisin Reserve, I read her dissenting opinion. So basically, the National Raisin Reserve came out during the Great Depression where all the raisin farmers in California, grape farmers had to give away a portion of their crop, undefined portion, just whatever the Raisin Reserve said they had to give up. They had to forfeit that to the Raisin Reserve so that they could artificially inflate the price of raisins and grapes. And
why?
Because the Green New Deal under FDR was literally retarded. That's why. So
okay,
they did that, and it went all the way up until 2012. And then this grape farmer, Marvin Horn, is like, you guys, I'm not, because they told him they had to give him 48% of his crop. Not paid, nothing. Just give us 48%, go yourself. And he said no. And he took it to the Supreme Court, battled it out for like 10 years, ended up winning, ended up abolishing the National Raisin Reserve, got rid of it. Sotomayor wrote the dissenting opinion, and her dissenting opinion was this was legal and constitutional and was not a forfeiture because it was written that if the Raisin Reserve decided that they wanted to sell some of the raisins to a foreign country, the farmer would then get paid some money. And it's like, so they get to take it, steal it, and then if they decide to sell it at a pawn shop, they'll give you some of the money that they feel like giving you. That's still stealing. Like, it doesn't make any sense. That was her entire dissenting opinion.
It's like taxes with an extra step.
Yes, it's paying taxes, and then they steal your food.
They still had to pay taxes on the 50% they got to keep.
Of course they did.
Exactly. It's wild. Bro, I'd be so pissed. It's like, no, we own this. Like, you grow it, you do everything for it. Then 40%'s ours, by the way.